going to be a big matchup for his team. Oh, Joseph Lin, of course, of New Taipei Kings in the TPPL in Chinese Taipei, of course, now looking to make a big impact here with the national team. Well, Japan have such a rich history within FIBA Basketball World Cup. I mean, they've gone to 6 FIBA Basketball World Cups. They've gone to 8 Olympic Games. And, of course, they've been one of the very best within the FIBA Asia Cup. But now the journey to Doha begins. Yuki Togashi, along with Koya Kawamata of Nagasaki Velkovic. Well, now you see, of course, this team going out with a lot of key players. And the first player, Takumi Saito. Well, he is going to be a cool backup point guard alongside Yuki Togashi. But yeah, you look at here from Yokohama, B-Course says, Ando, you just saw Yuta Watanabe coming out. Well, there's Yudai Nishida, of course, the Mikawa Seahorses, and Josh Hawkinson, who played for Japan at the last FIBA Basketball World Cup in Okinawa. Well, this team just full of so much talent. And head coach Tom Havas knows tonight, even in front of this sellout 10,000 capacity crowd here in Kobe, Japan, it is going to be a tough matchup. Well, there he is, a man who once played in the NBA, then applied his professional trade in Japan in the late 90s. And tonight it begins here at the Glion Arena in Kobe in the south of Japan. Well, basketball fans now will stand for the national anthems of these two teams.
The Olympic song of Chinese Taipei.続いて日本国国歌です。本日はジェネレーションズ片寄涼太さんに独唱にて行っていただきます。The National Anthem of Japan by Ryota Katayose of Generations.
Well, the national anthems of both Japan and Chinese Taipei have been sung, and again, what an atmosphere we have here at the Glion Arena, north of the Osaka Bay in south of Japan. We're here in the Hyogo Prefecture in the city of Kobe. Well, now indeed the players and coaches will shake hands with each other, pay each other respect, and very soon we are going to introduce 4 very important people for tonight's game, and those are our 3 referees and 1 commissioner and technical delegate for tonight's game. Well, there you see the 3 referees, and you may be familiar with them. With the BCL Asia from Australia, we have James Alexander Boyer. From the Philippines, we have Glenn Cornelio, and from Singapore, we have Chen Wing Leong. Our commissioner and technical delegate is Mr. Andrew Ter, coming from the Philippines. So a big thank you and a shout out to all of our referees who have done a magnificent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do a magnificent job here tonight in Kobe, Japan. Well, time indeed to take a look at the starting lineups of both Chinese Taipei and Japan. And you know what's interesting about this Chinese Taipei team, they got players playing in both professional leagues of the TPBL and the Plus League, as well as abroad in both the B League in Japan and the CBA. Now, the player you want to look out for tonight, Ray Chen, he was outstanding at the FIBA Asia Cup. And Justin Liu of the Taiyuan Pilots. Brandon Gilbeck will be the big man inside with Taipei Fubon Braves player Josh Chu and Benson Lin, also of the Chinese Basketball Association. Well, Gianluca Tucci, you may remember him, many years working in Italy in his native land, because originally from Avellino, once was a head coach and assistant of the former Citigas Avellino, because he's got a big job tonight against the Akatsuki Japan. Well, the Japanese B League, the professional basketball league in Japan, the highest level of pro basketball, is quickly becoming one of the fastest growing domestic international basketball leagues, and every player on this lineup features with some of the top teams. Now, when we take a look at their starting lineup, Takumi Saito of the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins will be the primary point guard. Yudai Nishida of Mikawa Seahorses will play the shooting guard. Josh Hawkinson now in his 3rd season with the Sun Rocket Shibuya. And there you see, that's Yu Watanabe, but Yuta Watanabe will be the power forward. And he obviously plays with the Chiba Jets now in his 2nd season in the B League. Well, there's head coach Tom Avas. Well, let's take it to them. I think you may remember that. He probably said that at one timeout in Okinawa at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. I don't know if you just saw the assistant coach of the Akatsuki Japan. It's Norio Sasa, because he was the head coach of Utsunomiya Brex. Now, he did win a B League championship in 2022 when he was the assistant. And now our official Tissot countdown to tip-off is underway. Again, fans, all roads leading to Doha 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup begin tonight. The Akatsuki Japan's record against Chinese Taipei, it's very dominant. The last time Chinese Taipei did beat Japan was in the first ever qualification windows, and that was to China 2019. It was only a 1-point victory, because that then was the golden era, the golden generation of Chinese Taipei basketball. They've never ever played at a FIBA Basketball World Cup. But can Jason Liu of Taiyuan Pilots change that narrative? Well, he's coached them at the last Basketball World Cup. He's taken them to 2 Basketball Olympics. But Gianluca Tucci knows he's got a good team to work with. As mentioned, his team representing 4 different professional basketball leagues. Benson Lin of the CBA. Because a man who had to go through a lot of injuries last season, Yuta Watanabe, especially in that opening game of the B League last season at home at the La Tokyo Bay Arena. Well, Hawkinson indeed is going to jump this one with Gilbeck. Welcome, everybody. We're underway. Well, it's going to be Chinese Taipei with the first possession. Because defensively, that's a big lineup here. Well, that's going to be an early turnover. No foul given. Well, Benson Lin just trying to make that penetration from the 45-degree angle. Because Chinese Taipei, their opening game of the FIBA Asia Cup this summer, was quite an impressive victory against Gilas Pilipinas. And many would have argued that they were going to be the underdogs going into that game, but you know, they're in a development stage still. In Chinese Taipei basketball, well, there's always been a lot of passion for the game. But considering the professional scene they've got, it's on the rise, both the TPBL and the Plus League, because the Plus League has a close collaboration. Well, good defense. Lucian Chiang just trying to put Watanabe under pressure. There's the backdoor play, wide open layup, goes in, finishes. Well, neatly done, Yudai Baba. Well, Chinese Taipei, an unforced turnover. Well, Lutsun Xiang, that time just making a bit of a lackadaisical pass, but there's the dive from Hawkinson. Finding Baba Boom. Watanabe now, go to Yudai Nishida. Patient ball, but now Takumi Saito fires a three-pointer. Big offensive rebound by Nishida. Chinese Taipei cannot afford to give too many of those away. Well, Hawkinson, he can make these, but unable to connect. Now Benson Lin just gathers the rebound. Well, this is going to be quite a matchup, and no doubt head coach Yogi Kamanos watching closely as his player Lutsun Xiang be defended by Yuta Watanabe. Well, Japan just saving that one from going out of bounds. Well, Nishida kicks out, finds Baba in the corner, wide open. And here's where Chinese Taipei want to run. Josh Chu just trying to get out quickly, but you know, if you are Gianluca Tucci, you want to run as many ball screen scenarios with Ray Chen. Chen now with the ball in his hands. Hesitation, twisting. Gilbert has to fire a tough three, and again, getting that one to go, but Chinese Taipei, they had to work for that one. Japan just trying to get into a half-court set, patiently trying to wear down the defense. Watanabe finds a bit of separation for the mid-range, and Chiba Jetsman buries the mid-range. Well, Chiba Jets off to a great start in the Japanese B-League this season. Disappointingly losing in the semifinals against eventual champions Utsunomiya Brex. Lutsun Xiang finds Ray Chen. Well, get him rejected. Chen just took too much time to get the shot up. And here comes Baba. Baba goes, misses in transition. Chinese Taipei have numbers. They'll go for a quick three. It's up. Well, it's not a bad shot, but there you can see Ray Chen on the weak side. Somebody's got to go in for an offensive board. Chinese Taipei could do themselves a lot of favors with second chance points. What a spin. Watanabe finds Hawkinson in the corner, and he'll sink this one. Well, he's used to doing that in the capital city of Tokyo in Shibuya. Lutsun Xiang tries to kick out, another turnover, and now here comes Watanabe. Watanabe goes in, bit of contact, no foul given. And I think a timeout is going to be called in. Watanabe asking the question, why wasn't an +1 given on that play? Well, Gianluca Tucci right now needs to calm down the bleeding, because his team, they've got to prevent turning the ball over so much, because where Japan are hurting them, they're quickly converting into transition buckets. I mean, look at the defense. Watanabe comes up with it, and he decides to convert the turnover into Chiba Jets fast break buckets.
No, Josh, not you. 42, inbound, 1, 4, and 2 screen each other. If they score and they put no pressure, we need inbound. Then, if you stay inside the court, there's a point. And you have 2 pointers, and you get the ball. Okay, play one up. Play one up. One up. Now, we play 5 down. Now, there will be pressure, so 42. Remember, if they left, you use the press. And then, on the other side, if you're time, we go 5 down. So, use high screen, exit on this side, with a 4-man, and 4-man screen for 5. Okay, so go out on the left, and the right, exit on Josh.
Well, great start so far here for the Akatsuki Japan, but Yuta Watanabe already 4 points. That was the twist and turn, the kick out. Well, those two are rivals. Right now, they're brothers in action here for the Akatsuki Japan. Well, Josh Hawkinson's story, of course, joining Fighting Eagles Nagoya back in 2017 after playing in the NCAA. But where he really made a name for himself in the B-League is when he played for the Shinshu Brave Warriors. Oh, it's another unforced turnover. Confidence lacking, Takumi Saito in the corner. Japan right now 1 for 5 from the perimeter. But Chinese Taipei already 4 costly turnovers. Lutsun Xiang picks up his dribble. Trying to find Brandon Gilbert in the post. Well, here's the matchup everybody wants to see. Gilbert. Well, he's wide open. They don't get the ball to him. And that's going to be a 24-second violation, but Josh Chu had all the time and space underneath the bucket. Gilbert didn't see him. And Gianluca Tucci, I think he's sensitive, but right now, Chinese Taipei, it's all nerves and anxiety. Gotta settle into this game. Ray Chen matched up with Yuta Watanabe. Good defense. That's going to be a jump ball violation, but possession arrow should go in favor of Akatsuki Japan. Well, this is great from Ray Chen. The kind of defense you want to see, because Watanabe, a greatest player he is, we've seen time in the B-League. He's not always the most confident isolation player, especially against a quicker point guard. Nishida trying to go inside the paint. Finds Hawkinson. Mid-range is up, no good. Well, Japan right now just battling for offensive boards, missing. But Brandon Gilbert probably could have grabbed that one. Well, Japan already have 3 offensive boards. Chinese Taipei have 0. And this is where a little bit of intrinsic hunger has got to come in. So coming into the game now is Samuel Manu. Now, he played in the NCAA in California, UC California, but right now currently playing in the TPBL. Another kick out, Nishida, this is what he does best. And that's going to be a foul this time. Chinese Taipei, that time it's on Benson Lynch, struggling here to prevent Japan going for those second chances. It's only the first team foul here in the first quarter. Well, maybe that's on Ray Chen, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check that one out. That's on Benson Lynch. Well, another easy penetration inside the paint now, giving Japan an 8-point lead. And that's way too easy for Takumi Saito. Still only 1 field goal. Japan rushing the ball screens. That's much better by Samuel Manu, because now he's able to draw the foul here against Josh Hawkinson. It's only Japan's first team foul. Well, Samuel Manu currently plays for the Taipei Taishan Maz in the TPBL. From the University of California Davis play. Now looks for an ISO, loses balance. Gilbert. Time winding down again here for Chinese Taipei. Ray Chen goes from the logo and Xie Ni Jiao. Wow, almost took that from midcourt. What a play by Ray Chen. Wow, Ray Chen, 36% from the perimeter of the Chinese Basketball Association. Jiao Ray Chen from downtown. Second foul already called here against Benson Lynch. Another penetration. Saito unable to finish. 2-possession ball game. Chinese Taipei don't quite have the numbers. Look at the aggressive denial defense coming from the Akatsuki Japan. Gilbert. Now Lutsen Chang will fire a 3. Well, he can't make those. It's not a bad look. It's a good offense. But here comes Akatsuki Japan. Another kick out, finds Nishida in the corner. A great box out by Samuel Manu, and the second team foul is going to be called against Japan. That one's on Takumi Saito. But you got to appreciate the aggressive play. So Keisei Tominaga, along with Shutahara, going to check into the game. So Shutahara also the Chiba Jets, and also Seiya Ando, who currently plays for the Yokohama B Corsairs. Well, Keisei Tominaga having a great season in the B-League. Currently playing in Sapporo for Hokkaido Lavenga. Now I think the officials may go to the monitor, or head coach's challenge has been called by Gianluca Tucci, because he feels this foul should be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike. Well, James Boyer and Glenn Cornelio, our referees, will go to the monitor to have a review of this one. There's a 3 by Nishida. Great box up by Samuel Manu. Now watch. As soon as Benson Lynch got it, that's Takumi Saito. Let's have a look from this angle here. Well, they're checking. I've seen those given. I've seen those downplayed. Depends how this is going to be interpreted. I think Gianluca Tucci, understanding that they're going to have to really fight for points in the paint in this game against Japan, but I think the one benefit is he's got a lot of perimeter shooters if you consider the threat that Brandon Gilbeck also gives for Chinese Taipei from downtown. It's another look at this foul. Will this be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul? We'll find out. No upgrade. Well, the head coach challenge has been used. So he doesn't have another one for the rest of the game. It's Kumi Saito just going to the bench. Because Saito 2 seasons ago was 1 quarter away in the 4th and final quarter of the semifinals against Hiroshima Dragonflies, so making it to the Yokohama Arena for the B-League Finals. Dragonflies would go on to win the championship that year against Ruku Golden Kings. Chinese Taipei in a dribble handoff. Ray Chen. Shutahara, one of the best on-ball defenders in the B-League. Chen has to go for a tough 3, and it's way off the mark. Again, not getting a lot inside the paint. Now Watanabe. As you look at the likes of this Japanese national team, you got Seiya Ando. You've also got Yudai Baba. There's the 3 coming from Watanabe. This one's safe. Well, no, it's going to go out of bounds. Japan will get it back. Well, Gadiaga, who actually played in the B-League last season with the Akita Northern Happy Nets, has now returned to Chinese Taipei, where he's playing currently in the TPBL. He's a very explosive guy. Now, he was actually born in Japan. His parents were diplomats from Senegal. Hana trying to find an opening. Good defense by Gadiaga. That's going to be a jump ball. Now that will go back to Chinese Taipei, and that's a great matchup for Chinese Taipei. Well, Hara's got the strength. Gadiaga's definitely got the foot speed. He's able to keep Hara right in front of him. Chinese Taipei. Another kick. That's another turnover now. Keisei Tominaga's got Watanabe. There's the alley-oop, and Ayasu Minasai. Watanabe Airlines, baby. What a dime. Well, you knew it was coming. Well, they quickly love converting every turnover into fast break points, and already they got 8 of them. Chinese Taipei just trying to settle in. There's a backdoor play. Gadiaga has to kick this one out. Time winding down. That's another 24-second violation. Wow, Watanabe. Well, here was the turnover. Hawkinson, good hands. And it's the B-League combo. Hokkaido Lavenga meets Chiba Jets, and arigato gozaimasu. And these fans here at Kobe, they love it. They absolutely love seeing Akatsuki Japan in transition. What a play. Tominaga inside the paint, and that's way too easy. Chinese Taipei's defense needs to tighten up. Well, Manu has an opening. Goes in. He's unable to get the at-one, but he'll go to the free throw line. And that's much better for Chinese Taipei. Still yet to record a field goal from within inside the three-point area, but the good thing for them is they will go to the free throw line now. Well, Samuel Manu, of course, actually grew up in Tennessee, went to Aaron Academy. As mentioned, actually started JUCO at San Francisco City College and then went to play at UC Davis. Because now in his second season of pro basketball in Chinese Taipei, where he is playing with the Taipei Taishin Maz. Because one of his teammates is Canadian international Jody Chimanga. So they'll be looking to challenge new Taipei Kings this season for the TPBL championship. Second free throw good. 7-point Akatsuki Japan lead. Chinese Taipei, 2 fouls to give. This is good defense. This will be a kickball violation, so fresh 14 on the shot clock here for Japan. But one thing Japan don't want to do is take the foot off the gas. They don't want to get too comfortable, because as I said, this is a very talented Chinese Taipei team. As the penetration goes in, and again, getting inside the paint with Seiya Ando. Well, 3 players on this Japan team, Seiya Ando, Takumi Saito, and Yudai Baba. If you remember when they played for Alvak Tokyo in 2019, won the former FIBA Asia Champions Cup against Lebanon's Ariadi. Nice no-look dime, Gadiago, one more pass. Manu, corner. Well, it's a good look. That's a good offense. Just unable to connect. And now here comes Japan. Well, again, good defense. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. And this is where Gianluca Tucci's plays. Given the backcourt they have, I mean, it's very reminiscent if you watch how Jurgi Kamenos used to coach Taiyun pilots. It's just ruthless, relentless defensive energy. And it's always man-to-man matchups. That's always been a strong foundation of Chinese Taipei basketball. Well, ACU is sucked into the game. Now, he plays in the Japanese B-League with the Shiga Lynx, so he knows all these national team players. Gadiaga tries to go off the bank, can't get it. Hawkinson comes up with it. Japan looking to extend to a double-digit lead. Tominaga, bit of contact. Nanji Deska. It is Tominaga time. Well, straight from Nebraska to the G League and back home to the B League. And right now, snow falls down in Sapporo. But when he plays Hokkaido Lavenga, he's always heating up. Tominaga time. Well, Hirotaka Yoshi subbing into the game now for Japan. The only player who plays the San and Neo Phoenix in the B-League. Of course, former Alvak Tokyo player as well. Japan looking to extend to a 12-point lead. Well, here's what I think Chinese Taipei need. They need a lot more ball screen action with Ray Chen. So it's going to be a provisional substitution as Yudai Baba will come in if Keisei Tominaga makes his free throw. 12-point lead. Great stop for Keisei Tominaga, currently 5 points. Well, Josh Hawkinson, which he has 3 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. So, Chinese Taipei haven't scored now for over 4 minutes. As I said, they've yet to record a field goal from inside the 3-point line. Manu goes behind the back. That's going to be another turnover. Make that number 8, excuse me. 8 turnovers in Japan. Well, uncharacteristically also turning it over. That's only the 3rd of the game. But now with 50.9 seconds, Chinese Taipei could go 2 for 1. Well, here comes the first ever $1 million Japanese player. One of the huge fan favorites of East Asia, Yuki Togashi. Signed that $1 million contract with Chiba Jets after leaving the Akita Northern Happy Nets. One-time B-League champion in 2021. Gilbeck, pick and roll. Wants to take on Hawkinson. And there you have it. First field goal from inside the 3-point line. And that cuts it down to a 10-point deficit. Well, Gilbeck does have 5 points. Three seconds difference. Togashi goes up off the bench, can't get it. Chinese Taipei have a bit of time. Can cut it down to single digits. ACU right idea. Gadiago's wide open, but the pass was way too quick. Now with 1.5 left, Japan can have one final shot. There it is. It's up. Oh, Sugoi! Oh, Maji de Baba Boom! Are you kidding me? Well, Doesn't that give you memories of 2019? I'm telling you, Japan has done this before. That is very similar to Ryusei Shinoyama against Qatar in 2019 in the World Cup qualifiers. Incredible. Ryusei Shinoyama did it against Qatar in 2019 and Yudai Baba Boom. And I'll say it one last time. Arigato gozaimasu. Wow, Baba Boom, baby. Incredible. And this home crowd, they love it. They absolutely love it. Well, it's been a very dominant defensive display so far here from Akatsuki Japan, but they began things with that backdoor. The assist coming from Hawkinson. Remember, he's got 5 assists and 5 rebounds. And there was Ray Chen. That time finding Brandon Gilbeck on the kick out. Because 2 field goals from downtown here for Chinese Taipei, but they've got to find other ways to score if they want to compete. And just one too many turnovers. 9 here in the first quarter already for Chinese Taipei. Oh, it's already been 13 points from turnovers. And there was the deep 3 by Ray Chen. Well, 10 points in the paint already here for Japan. Ray Chen with a deep dagger. And that was big time. There was the alley-oop. That time connected by Yuta Watanabe. The assist coming from Tominaga. Well, you got to like the tempo in which Japan has started this game. I mean, they have been on fire. As I mentioned, 13 points of turnover, 7 fast break points. And use that QR code and download Courtside 1891, where you can get all the best live streams, schedules, and scores of international basketball. Courtside 1891. Use that QR code and download it today. Well, ACU coming back on the floor along with Brandon Gilbeck, who is Chinese Taipei's leading scorer, 5 points. I think a foul is going to be called on Ray Chen.
Foul, number 9, Chen. First personal, team first.
Well, Chen reaches in. That's a good call. I mean, you like the defense of Ray Chen, but he's a player that cannot afford to pick up too many fouls. He's too valuable to Chinese Taipei. Togashi. Handoff now here with Josh Hawkinson. Another backdoor play, another dime. What's the right idea? That's good defense. Brandon Gilbeck just able to switch in time, preventing the wide open layup. Thirteen-point ball game. ACU along with Mohamed Gadiaga, Ray Chen, William Manu, and Brandon Gilbeck on the floor for Chinese Taipei. Gilbeck going for a back to the basket post up against Hawkinson. That's a good move. Simply too dominant. Jai Yo. Well, one on. Good night. Well, Gilbeck decided to take no prisoners. That was almost like Shaquille O'Neal move in the paint. And Josh Hawkinson might want to toughen up a little bit. 11-point ball game. Good defense by Gadiaga. Forcing a turnover. Japan's able to get back. ACU now getting that screen. Back to Gilbeck. Bit of contact. The foul is going to be given. I think Yuta Watanabe, I mean, you definitely heard the sound, the leather smack of the basketball. Watanabe insisted that he only got O ball. Well, it's a nice pass by ACU. That's a foul. You can see from that angle, clearly a clip on the arm. And right here, bully basketball. That's Shaquille O'Neal in a Chinese Taipei jersey. Shaq time. Well, Koya Kawamata is going to come into the game now as the natural center for Japan. So Hawkinson's going to go to the bench. Kawamata like Yudai Baba plays for Nagasaki Vulcan. Both of them are having great seasons in the B-League, hoping to get into the playoffs. Well, Gilbert converts the second free throw. 10-point deficit. Chinese Taipei currently 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. So Gashi getting the hand up. Kicking out here, Yudai Baba. Now, Kawamatsu is not necessarily going to be a foundation threat inside the paints. They hit Takayoshi for 3. Here's where Chinese Taipei want to run. For them, ideally, get a good look from the perimeter transition. But the offense a little too stagnant at the moment. Needs a little bit more movement away from the ball. Chen finds Gadiaga. Well, it's a tough contested 3. Manu battles for it. You know, that's great effort, though, from Samuel Manu, because they weren't contesting too many offensive boards from the backcourt. Backdoor play goes in, and Baba Boom finishes with his second backdoor cut. And again, this time the dime actually coming from Yuta Watanabe. Nine assists already here for Japan in the first half. And another foul is going to be called. This, I believe, where Gadiaga's going to have an advantage, because as we saw, I mean, look at the dime here, the no-look dime. Yudai Baba on the backdoor cut. And the vision, well, that's simply amazing coming from Yuta Watanabe. Well, Nishida coming back into the lineup here for Japan. Ten here on the shot clock. Excuse me, no, that's Josh Chu back in the lineup. You trying to step through. Finds Gilbert, nice play. And getting the big man involved, he now has 10 points. Well, double figures for Brandon Gilbert. He hasn't had a single rebound in this game, but they can continue to get him scoring in the paint. This will be good for Chinese Taipei. Well, they go under the screen. It's another offensive board. Yudai Baba. Nobody put a body on him. And right now, this is hurting Chinese Taipei. Already 7 offensive rebounds in total here for Japan. Gadiaga gets the bump, finds Gilbert. And he gets the +1, and now he'll go to the charity stripe. Well, they're finding a lot of success, whether it's Ray Chen, whether it's ACU or Gadiaga. Penetration and dishing out to the big fella. And he's going to have that mismatch against Koya Kawamata. Converts the 3-point play. 13 points now for Brandon Gilbert. Hasn't missed a field goal at all in this game. He's 5 out of 5. He's only missed 1 free throw. Chinese Taipei can keep this in the single digits going into the halftime break. This will give them a lot of confidence. ACU just reaching. Final seconds. Nishida. Gilbert pump fakes. He's unable to get the +1. Well, it was good defense by ACU, but the penetration making Chinese Taipei's defense collapse. And as soon as he got Gilbert off the ground, it was only going to be either 2 points or a trip to the free throw line. Well, triple change now. Josh Hawkinson, Takumi Saito, along with Takayoshi back into the lineup. So Yuta Watanabe going to the bench. Well, Yudai Nishida actually played for Japan in Okinawa at the last FIBA Basketball World Cup when they became the highest-ranking Asian team. Now, he began his career with Nagoya Diamond Dolphins in 2019. He played 1 season with infamous Niigata Albinex. But he spent the last 5 years playing for Mikawa Seahorses. 10 points per game last season in the B-League. Because having that epic run in the regular season, getting into the playoffs. Both free throws made. Chinese Taipei struggling to get the ball inbound. Gadiaga. Matched up by Yudai Nishida. Josh Chu coming up to the screen. They want Gadiaga attacking the bucket. Gadiaga, there's the penetration. Not finished, good look, he's got to use the bank. That's the right penetration, but good defense by Akatsuki Japan. Well, there's a kick out, one extra one, no pop. Well, Hawkinson probably should have made the extra pass because Nishida was wide open. And that goes into the VIP section here at the Kobe Gleon Arena. Oh, it's a spectacular, modern state-of-the-art arena. 10,000 seats here on the northern bay of Osaka. It's now Benson Lin, so back into the lineup here for Chinese Taipei. Only an 11-point deficit. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Benson Lin. Gotta give this one up, goes to Gadiaga. Time again winding down. Chinese Taipei taking too long to get into a set. Lin goes in, it's just way off the mark. But again, it's suffocated defense by Akatsuki Japan. Well, good defense by ECU now. Gilbeck runs. They got numbers. But good recovery by Josh Hawkinson. Well, that is Sun Rocket Shibuya transition defense. I think there's an argument here between, well, not an argument, really just a discussion, I have to say respectfully, but Shuta Hata getting ready to come back in along with Keisei Tominaga. Not quite sure what the discussion was about. But again, you got to credit the transition defense on that play because that prevented Brandon Gilbeck from getting 15 points. We got it in bounds. ACU kicks out. It's a tough penetration. Again, nobody coming in. Benson Lin could have come from the weak side for the offensive rebound. But Japan now in total control, leading by 11. Tominaga looking for the back door. But Saito goes inside the paint. There's a kick out. Tominaga, time winding down. Well, get him rejected. 2 blocks for the price of 1 and 24-second violation. Well, first it was ACU and Brandon Gilbeck just coming in to clean up. Well, there was Tominaga, Zaijian, and then Gilbeck. Goodbye. Because the issue Chinese Taipei have is just taking too long. That's, wow. They have got away with a moving screen. Benson Lin still has it. We'll go for a 3. This one's up. Gadiaga battles, but only comfortably in the hands of Keisei Tominaga. Chinese Taipei still yet to get an offensive rebound in this game. Hawkinson left wide open. Front iron can't get it. Yoshi still has it. Tominaga wide open. Hokkaido Lavenga. Sapporo buries the tray ball. Well, he's used to doing it in green and magenta, but now he does it for Akatsuki Japan. 8 points to Keisei Tominaga. The backcourt players need to be a bit more confident for Chinese Taipei to keep picking up the dribbles. Gadiaga. Nice penetration, but a foul is going to be called. Unfortunately for him, he was blocked by the rim. Foul is going to be on Keisei Tominaga. Well, there was the behind-the-back dive. Hirotaki Yosha, Santa Neo Phoenix, finding Hokkaido Lavenga. And the 3 was good by Tominaga-san. Well, looks like Yuki Togashi is going to come back into the lineup. 14-point lead currently hit Akatsuki Japan. Well, Mohamed Gadiaga, as I mentioned, was actually born in Chiba, Japan. Because actually grew up playing the game of football or soccer, however you want to call it. Actually, as I said already, played last season with the Akita Northern Happy Nets in the Japanese B-League, but he has since returned to Chinese Taipei, where he's currently playing for New Taipei CTBC in the TBBL. Second free throw good. And Joseph Lin subbed into the game for Chinese Taipei. While Taiyuan Payan pilots Lu Shenshang subbing back into the game because he had a great run with head coach Yogi Kamenos in the BCL Asia. Because coming second place in BCL Asia East and making the journey to Dubai, where, you know, they were great. They were fantastic. Tominaga, pump fakes, goes for another three. And the strength of Shutahara just unable to come up with a rebound, but that's going to go out of bounds. Chinese Taipei will get it back with 3:18 to go. Can they cut it down to 10? Lu Chang finds Joseph Lin. Now Benson Lin. This is a tough, low percentage three-pointer. I just find they're going to get a little bit more success if they get the ball inside of Brandon Gilbeck. But Japan are defending as great as any team will do here in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Togashi. Lin trying to come from behind. And again, it's another offensive board. 10 in total now for Japan. Hawkinson. Well, they've attempted 16 three-pointers. They've only made 3 so far, but they're getting these open looks. Well, Lu Shang, sayonara for Watanabe. Here we go, Tominaga. But a foul is going to be called. Well, it was a 2-on-1, and Tominaga decided and elected to go himself. And we've already seen one alley-oop to Yuta Watanabe. I mean, look at this. Lu Shang, goodbye from Chiba Jets. Yuta Watanabe. Not in my house. Chamata. Well, here was the take. That's the right call because I think Joseph Lim will be relieved to know it's not going to be an +1. Well, timeout is going to be called by head coach Tom Avess. So we're going to head down to Japan's bench to find out what he is going to address to his players very soon. We're live here at the Gleon Kobe Arena in the northern bay of Osaka.
We have not taken a bad shot yet. Let's go. Let's finish this. We got to finish this quarter strong. Let's finish strong. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, 10,000 people tonight in the building to watch the opening game here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. This Group B fixture at the Gleon Arena, Kobe. Because it's the third arena in this beautiful city. We're in the Hyogo Prefecture, north of the Osaka Bay. Well, it's now the 10th year in which the Japanese B-League is now in its formation. Like I said, it's quickly becoming one of the fastest growing exponentially professional basketball leagues in the world of international hoops. It's come a long way since he was a pro in Japan. Well, a lot of noise made this season in the B-League when Keisei Tominaga decided to come home and play for Hokkaido Levenga, because they're actually having a very good season as we speak. Hokkaido Levenga currently sitting with a record of 14-4, second place behind the Chiba Jets. This is actually Nagasaki Belka, Yudai Baba's team, who have the best record at 16-2. So it could be a very competitive ending to the B-League this season. That's another turnover. And Chinese Taipei right now is just struggling against this full court pressure. Well, Lutsen Shang is usually a very reliable primary point guard. I mean, he's a combo guard, if anything. And many times you've been able to see him, whether it's in the Plus League or in the BCL Asia, deal with that kind of pressure. Togashi finds Hawkinson, one dribble. Lin comes up with a rebound. Lutsen Shang finds Gilbert. This is much better. Baseline penetration. Well, you know what? Better offense. They found Gilbert at the high post. They got the penetration. They just didn't have the end product. I feel that when Brandon Gilbert gets a touch, it's a much more fluid offense. A 3-on-3 here. Benson Lin, I just don't think that's a good three. A 3-on-3, and nobody's able to go in for an offensive board. And if anything, if he is going to take that three-pointer, your other two wings, well, you want them to contest and go for that offensive rebound. 1:24 to go here in the second quarter. Well, Gilbert is going to lead the game. And again, just continuing to make it rain. Well, Watanabe, because that is one of the key areas that he does offer the Chiba Jets this season in the B-League. Lin around the screen, and another turnover. A 17-point lead currently here in Japan. Looking to pile on more pressure against Chinese Taipei. Another three. Oh, baby! Cooking show coming from that man, Yuta Watanabe. 20-point lead. And it was just so convenient. Curled the screen, got into the set, and buried the three-pointer. Lutsen Shang, much better. And that's what Jason does. Well, he does it when he plays Italian Pilots. He's got to do it now. He's got to continue attacking the bucket. But Josh Chu picking up the foul, and now this is just going to send. I mean, look at this. It's too comfortable. It's too easy. I mean, that stage there, Taipei Fubon Braves, Jack Tseng, you've got to bump, switch, or anything, because you cannot allow Yuta Watanabe a wide-open three. If he makes these two free throws, it will become a 2-for-1. Well, Watanabe, along with Togashi and Shutahara, all for the Chiba Jets this season, on a quest to right the wrong. They went through an injury-riddled season last year and ended up losing against eventual champions Utsunomiya Brex. But the Jets are back this year, and they'll be looking to set the record straight. Here's that full-court pressure. This time they break it down, getting the ball to the middle with Josh Chu. Lutsen Shang, much better. Penetration, kick out. Not a bad offense. The end product not there, but Togashi unable to keep the ball in bounds. So Chinese Taipei, they'll get this one back. Well, Chinese Taipei have actually gotten a lot smaller now with Jack Tseng of the Taipei Fubon Braves as the natural center. Japan going into a matchup. Lutsen Shang, got it by Watanabe. It's a tough contested three. Not quite there. Hawkinson able to save it, and now here come the Akatsuki Japan. Tominaga from no man's land. Are you kidding me? Omaji de Hontoni Sugoi. He beats the buzzer. Well, beautiful work by Keisei Tominaga as he buries the three in transition, giving Akatsuki Japan a 23-point lead. Well, they are just simply cooking at the moment. Japan are on fire, 6 out of 19. Remember, they were only 3 out of 16 just a moment ago, having made their last three-pointers. But it's been the transition buckets. It's been the points in transition. The conversion rate for Chinese Taipei turnovers. 16 Japanese points from Chinese Taipei turnovers. Watanabe, Tominaga combined total of 27 points. Brandon Gilbert, the only player currently in double figures here for Chinese Taipei. Well, here was the great post work by Brandon Gilbeck, just taking Josh Hawkinson inside the paints. A dominant display with the dunk. Like I said, every time Brandon Gilbeck gets a touch inside the paint, Chinese Taipei's offense looks so much better. The no-look dive coming that time from Yuta Watanabe, finding the backdoor cut of Yudai Baba. Here was Gadiaga, again finding Gilbeck. Well, Gilbeck's got 13 points already. His rival Hawkinson, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 points. But Tominaga doing what he does best in Sapporo, burying threes when wide open. Well, great start as well from Yuta Watanabe. He's 2 out of 3 from the three-point line. He's loving life back home here in Japan since leaving the NBA after playing with the Brooklyn Nets, the Phoenix Suns, and the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, it's halftime. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
We are in for a showdown here tonight. Let's get this party started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good.
Bogdanovich, who goes in and scores. Ah!
This is what it's all about.
It's all one big basketball family, folks. He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit.
No size. This is a small ball game.
Parks kicks it. Extra pass. Zegars. Oh, Latvia basketball.
You said it, Latvia basketball, Zachars. He was open for the three. What great ball movement and passing. Look at this.
Schroeder goes downhill, gets it to the corner. Franz Wagner gets in. A little bit of elevation.
Bogdanovich, turnaround, quick shot, takes it. Bogdanovich, Troika. Well, coach, it may be Troika time. He's made the three-pointer.
What a shot from Paco Cruz. He was literally out of bounds. Oh, Cressida, what are you doing? And the alley-oop. And Banchero this time does not lay it up. He scores right at the end of the third quarter buzzer. Between the legs, alley-oop pass.
Yes, I love it, Jeff. Yes.
I'm sure you can have something better. Oh, a good miss. The U.S. got it. Bridget from the corner. You have got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. A play for the ages at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Bridges does the unthinkable. Ties the game. 0.2 seconds left. I have never seen it
the shooting we've seen from Venezuela this first half. From the three-point line, 12 of 25 in the three-pointer. Leg bomb, nothing but net.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks to close out, feed Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in the Kobe Gleon Arena for this game in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers between Japan and Chinese Taipei, where currently it's a 23-point lead to Akatsuki Japan. Well, Akatsuki Japan really have taken advantage in two areas: second chance points, fast break buckets, but also the fact that Chinese Taipei right now have 11 turnovers here in the first half. Well, Brandon Gilbert currently leading goal scorers here for Chinese Taipei. He's 5 out of 5 from within inside the rainbow. Because he's gone to the free throw line two times. He's 2 out of 3, but he has made a crucial three-point already here for Chinese Taipei. Like I said, yet to miss a shot here from the field, and that was the bully basketball inside the paint. Well, there was ACU, little penetration inside the key, just able to find the lob pass. Colin Mata just struggling there to keep up with the size of Brandon Gilbeck. That time coming from Mohamed Gadiaga. Again, they've got to get the big man more involved. They are down a lot, but they will meet again in just a few days' time in Chinese Taipei. Well, Brandon Gilbeck also does have 4 rebounds. Well, excuse me, 1 rebound to go to his name tag. It's actually 4 rebounds to Lu Tsun Chiang. While Akatsuki Japan's lead scorer is former NBA player and current Chiba Jets player Yuta Watanabe. Well, he has 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And right now, getting some good looks from the perimeter. He's 2 out of 3 from the three-point line. But look at this. He was coming up with a steal. They're going coast to coast. Not getting the one. But he has been dominant on both ends of the floor. Well, this three-point shooting indeed has been very impressive. Doing exactly what he does best, whether it's for the Chiba Jets or in this case for Akatsuki Japan in the Kobe Gleon Arena. Well, Japan have played at the last 2 FIBA Basketball World Cups. They hosted at the last one. They made it to China in 2019. Can they make it to Qatar 2027? Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. We are live here in the city of Kobe in the Hyogo Prefecture, just north of the Osaka Bay. Just waiting for the players to return to the floor, but so far 3 players in double figures in this game for Japan. It's both Keisei Tominaga, who's got 13, and then we just saw Yuta Watanabe with 14. Now, interestingly, Josh Hawkinson could actually finish with a triple-double tonight. Well, Hawkinson of the Sun Rockets Shibuya, he currently has only 3 points, but 9 rebounds and 6 assists. He's got 6 of the 14 total. And where he's really been getting a lot of the dimes is off the backdoor plays whenever he's got the ball at the top of the key. Well, you just see Yuki Togashi just getting some shots in, another Chiba Jets player. 3 players from the Jets currently representing this national team. Togashi, Shutahara, and Yuta Watanabe. If you look at the offensive rebounding, 7 second chance points coming out of their 11 offensive boards. You compare it to Chinese Taipei, they've only got 1 offensive board in this game so far. Well, that has got to drastically change if Chinese Taipei are going to find a way back in this one. Well, you look at this team, it is just a B-League representation. Just saw Norio Sasa, that's the former assistant coach of and former head coach of Utsunami and Bricks. Well, he's loving life. Definitely back in the B-League, back home. Just a standout player in the NCAA at George Washington. Didn't get drafted into the NBA, but made his way via the G League. because of that breakout with not the Memphis Grizzlies, but the Toronto Raptors, then went on to play for the Brooklyn Nets. But all ended at Memphis after a very short stint with the Phoenix Suns. Because his debut season last year in the B-League actually started on the opening game day where he twisted his ankle, very much in the same position he's in now with a three-pointer when he was closed out by Makoto Hiejima. But the Jets on track to rewrite history this season in the B-League. That's the Chinese Taipei. Well, it's been a tough start from the backcourt. You know, too many costly turnovers. And then you see Benson Lin, along with Brandon Gilbeck, just getting some shots on the floor, along with Jimmy Xia. Now, this team, very diverse team in where these players are in their careers. A lot of them playing in Chinese Taipei, whether that's in the TPBL or in the case of Lu Tsun Chiang, number 39, who's a defending champion with head coach Yogi Kamenos at the Taiyuan Paiyuan Pilots. But also you got players like ACU who are in the Japanese B-League. I mean, he plays for Shiga Lakes, and you got 3 players playing in the Chinese Basketball Association. Only 4 points coming from the bench so far here for Chinese Taipei. Like I said, another half of basketball to play, but confidence, you can see, was clearly taken away. Brandon Gilbeck, the only player in double figures so far in this game. But 8 points in that second quarter. He's got 13 in total and hasn't missed a shot from the field. He's made 1 3-pointer so far this evening. This Chinese Taipei, only Brandon Gilbeck and Ray Chen have only got on the stat sheet from the perimeter so far tonight. But it's been a quiet night for Ray Chen. Ray Chen, one of the Chinese Taipei players that does play in the Chinese Basketball Association. He's with the Beijing Ducks. And like I say, he had a great FIBA Asia Cup this summer, specifically in that opening win against Gilas Pilipinas. Well, Tama Vass, fluent in English and Japanese. Gianluca Tucci, of course, fluent in Italian, English, and as far as I've been told, he's actually picking up quite a lot of Mandarin. Because these two teams, you know, they love their basketball in both Japan and Chinese Taipei. I think for them, it's about matching up to the intensity right now of Japan, and that's got to come from the backcourt, because that is where the bulk of the turnovers have come, and many of them are unforced. Well, Brandon Gilbeck just getting some final words. I just wonder if Coach Gianluca Tucci is just going to ask him, listen, I need you to be a lot more mobile when setting these ball screens. We got to be quick and efficient. Well, no doubt, head coach Tama Vass. Let's see if we can listen to what he has to say. Well, fans, use that QR code and download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app, where you can join the journey right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027. You can follow all your favorite teams and players, get all the best news, highlights, and stats that matter to you most. Use that QR code and download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app.
I want to attack the point inside. Head one, bully everybody. Let's go.
Well, it's a whole nother half of basketball to play, but they're going to have to really turn this one around. For Chinese Taipei, well, it's a matter of taking care of the basketball. Chinese Taipei getting first play. Trying to get it to a quick set. Benson Lynn finding Gilbeck. Here's the post entry they need. Gilbeck going for a tough fadeaway. He gets on one to go. He now has 15. Well, that was good defense by Josh Hawkinson, but better offense by Gilbeck. Double screen coming. Saito goes baseline. Now finds a bit of separation. Rebound by ACU. Chinese Taipei can try to build some confidence here early on in the third quarter. Again, they go to Gilbeck. Gilbeck twist, turn, goes in. That's better defense by Hawkinson. You know, Gilbeck is going to go for those shots a little further away from the bucket. This is where you want the backcourt players, Chinese Taipei, to go for those offensive boards. Yoshida goes in, good block. That prop, well, that's going to go back to Japan. He's had a few tonight, Brandon Gilbeck. That's going to be a second block this evening. That's a good call. Actually does come off of Gilbeck. Well, Gilbeck is going to leave the game, which I find to be a very interesting substitution because he hasn't had a foul this evening, unless he's in some pain, I think. You see Muhammad Gadiaga is struggling there as well. Watanabe catches, shoot again, automatic by the Chiba Jets man. 16 points to Watanabe. Great chant to gamble. ACU comes up with it. They go for three in the corner. Oh, good offensive ball, but unable to convert. But you want to see this from Chinese Taipei. Saito, and again, beautiful transition, finding Yudai Baba Boom. 14 fast break points for Japan, 0 for Chinese Taipei, and that's going to be another turnover. That's suffocated defense. Baba Boom just right in the face of Ray Chen. FIBA Asia Champions Cup winner back in 2019, Yudai Baba. Another double high screen.
Out of bounds. Japan ball.
That's going to remain Akatsuki Japan possession. Well, here's a transition. Nagoya Diamond Dolphins finding Nagasaki Velka. Those two could end up going up against each other, maybe in the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe in the B-League Finals. They're both having fantastic seasons. .25 Japan lead. High screen coming up from Jimmy Xia. Chen kicks out. Only had a wide open look. ACU now pulls up. Catches nothing going. Well, Watanabe getting ahead. Chinese Taipei's transition defense needs to come into play. But Nishida just goes himself. Well, excuse that. It was Nishida, yeah. Well, the camera focused on Baba, but it was definitely Yudai Nishida. Jimmy Xia coming up for another high screen. Benson Lin. Good defense by Yudai Nishida. And Japan again not taking any pressure off. Baba. Almost 3 minutes played here in the third quarter. Well, they find Hawkinson on the lob, but it's way too easy. But it's beautiful basketball by Akatsuki Japan, extending their lead to 29. And a timeout call by head coach Gianluca Tucci. Not a great start here for Chinese Taipei in the absence of Brandon Gilbeck. I think he is going to come back into the lineup. Well, we'll head down to Chinese Taipei's bench to find out what Coach Tucci has to say. Use that QR code and download the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying app.
The set before arriving in the second half. We need to go the set here. And then we go. Now we don't use the 4-man anymore. We use the 5-man inbound. It's not 42. It's 52. Use screen every time. Use screen. Then for sure it's open. If 2-man is not open, pass to Brandon, we are showing goal. We are showing goal. Yeah, every inbound. Guys, head one. It's not for double play. It's for money. So, head one is for who? It's done by the small man. No.
Well, over 3 minutes played here in the third quarter. It's all been Japan at the moment. And look, right there, nearly triple-double numbers for Josh Hawkinson. Could the Sun Rocket Shibuya player finish with that accolade tonight? He only needs 5 points and 4 assists. Well, foul has got to be called. Chinese Taipei just trying to build something here in the third quarter, down by 29. Lutsen Chang. Again, another poor post entry. Joseph Lin just trying to find Benson Lin in the paints. Hawkinson finding that handoff with Saito. Goes in, unable to get the out one, but he'll go to the free throw line. Now you kind of feel with Akatsuki Japan in total control of this game, just wearing the defense down, but I mean, it's a poor entry ball, poor reach there by Lutsen Chang. Well, as I said, Takumi Saito, just like Seiya Ando and Yudai Nishida, those 3 players all played for Albach Tokyo back in 2019 when they became the first Japanese team in the history to win the former FIBA Asia Champions Cup, now known as BCL Asia, because they won in Thailand against one of the greatest teams in the history of Asian basketball, Al Riyadi of Lebanon. But Saito now applying his trade, indeed the 6th season with Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. 31-point Japan lead. Manu. Again, the static offense. Can Ray Chen build something? And there's a foul by Yudai Nishida. That's only going to be the 2nd team foul against Japan here in the third quarter. Well, Tominaga back into the lineup. He's got 13 points this evening. Nishida going to the bench. Chen gives us one up. Time winded down for Manu. Gilbert comes up for a quick screen. Manu's got to force it up. And that's going to be another 24-second violation. No communication from the Chinese Taipei players. Chen just trying to get the face up to Takumi Saito. Watanabe and his face. Chen comes up with a rebound. Because remember, these 2 teams will meet again in a few days' time for the 2nd matchup here in the group. So Chinese Taipei want to chip into the deficit. Manu penetrates. Finds Lutsen Chang. He'll fire a 3. Just not going tonight. Tominaga carries the rebound. Well, they leave Watanabe wide open. But Tominaga almost coming in, but the rebound prevented going into the hands of Japan. You just see the hunger from these Japanese backcourt players. They contest everything. It almost feels like Chinese Taipei just don't have a game plan at the moment. But here's the ball screen for Gilbert. Back to Gilbert. Out of control, goes in, draws a foul, so he'll go to the free throw line. Well, triple change coming in for Japan. The doubles from Chiba Jets, Shutahara, Yuki Togashi, and Koya Kawamata. Well, Watanabe is going to go to the bench. Because the only player we haven't seen in the lineup this evening is Hugh Watanabe, the former Ruku Golden Kings player, who now plays in the 2nd division for the Shinshu Brave Warriors. Look at that lineup. That's a tough B-League lineup. 2 Chiba Jets players, Santa Neo Phoenix, Nagasaki Velka, and of course, the rise of Hokkaido Lavenga with Keisei Tominaga. I think Brandon Gilbeck's night might be done, because he went out of the game earlier. She looked like he was in some sort of pain, but that's not a good sign. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Well, they're going to need him in a few days' time. I don't know if it's spasms or whatever, but they can't afford to not have Brandon Gilbeck in this matchup. There's now Josh Chu at the free throw line. Misses the second one. That's an no turnover. Benson Lin just trying to get up and put a bit of pressure against Shutahara. Gianluca Tucci just knows his team have to try to chip into his deficit. It's a tough group they're in here in the World Cup qualifiers. Togashi going around Ray Chen. Chu trying to keep Yoshi in front of him. Well, Kawamata trying to save it, but you know, even there, you saw Hirotaka Yoshi just still come in to try and help Kawamata with an offensive rebound. And that is where Chinese Taipei have indeed hurt themselves this evening, giving away 13 offensive rebounds. Japan have only had 9 second chance points, but they've had 20 points off of Chinese Taipei turnovers. It's a Chang, goes baseline, reverse layup, counted. Taoyuan Payan Pilots have won. What a move, incredible. Well, that is Justin Lutzen Chang, plus league champion for Yogi Kamino, said the Taoyuan Payan Pilots. Jaiyo, you gotta love that move. Because he was outstanding for the Pilots in the BCL Asia East, but he's unable to get the three-point play. Still a 28-point lead currently here to Japan. Shutahara under pressure. Well, they turned over, good defense. Great anticipation by Taipei Fubon Braves, Jack Sung. And Justin again attacks, gets stripped this time by Togashi. Good defense. Hara trying to make the backdoor play, but Ray Chen comes up with it. And now Chinese Taipei. A nice finish in transition by Josh Chu. That's a 4-0 run for Chinese Taipei. They've got to build on this. Remember, they're going to meet Japan in a few days' time. Head-to-heads matter here in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Tominaga finds Kawamata. He gets fouled. And Big Mikey, as he's known on X, going to the free throw line. Oh, Grande Mikey. Well, you got to appreciate what Koya Kawamata gives. He's the backup center for this team. Not necessarily the foundation center, but there's still a lot he offers. So he makes the first free throw. Because he started his career back in 2020 with the Saiga Ballooners in the 2nd division. 3 years with the Shiga Lakes, and now in his 2nd season with Nagasaki Velka alongside Yudai Baba. Chinese Taipei just trying to play a bit quicker. A little jump hook going. That's a little too soft coming from Jack Sung. Over 3 minutes. Oh, what a behind the back play. Kawamata. Oh, baby. Oh, Majide. The magic by Togashi. Finding Koya Kawamata. Incredible. Well, Nanji Deska, Togashi Tan, and Double K, Nagasaki Velka gets the M1. Well, sublime prime time dive, and Arigato Tomodachi. Kawamata with a finish. What a combo between those two, a B-League combo, but unable to convert the three-point play. .30 Japan lead. Because you gotta think, where next? Ray Chen has made 1-3 tonight, not gonna take this one. Well, Benson Lin goes in, bit of contact, he gets the M1. And that is much better by Benson Lin. Well, currently playing for the Tianjin Pioneers in the CBA. I mean, he had 18 points per game last year in the CBA. They need Benson Lin to be a little bit more aggressive. Because Benson Lin, like Ray Chen, went to the USA to play in the NCAA. Both players played Division I. He played at Bryant University, where in one season he played, he averaged just under 9 points per game before going to China to play in the CBA. Converts a three-point play. Still a 27-point lead here in Japan. Now Chinese Taipei, a little bit of full court pressure. Just trying to slow down the offense, but Tominaga, quick three. Woo-Tsun Chang preventing the offensive board. Finds Benson Lin. Chen, they'll go for three. Well, great work by Woo-Tsun Chang, but Keisei Tominaga has it, and Japan want to run. Hiro Takayoshi, wide open. If you're Chinese Taipei, you want to try to get something quick. You've had literally 0 transition points. And Benson Lin now, 6 points here in the last minute. And indeed does cut it down to a 24-point deficit of 159 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to head down to Japan's bench to find out what head coach Tom Avess is going to address to his players. So we'll listen up very soon.
Baba, you ready? Saito. Let's go. Finish this quarter. Let's go. We let them back in, right? Now they're feeling themselves. See how things fall apart so quick? We got to put a stop to it right now. Let's go. Press break.
Well, Brandon Gilbeck's still on the bench currently here for Chinese Taipei, and hopefully that is not too much of a concern, because remember, as I said, both Japan and Chinese Taipei will indeed meet each other in just a few days' time. Well, they'll be heading to New Taipei City on Monday, the 1st of December. Well, hopefully Gilbeck has got enough time to get some rest in, because they'll definitely need him in that matchup. Hawkinson draws the foul. He'll now go to the free throw line. But Hawkinson needs 3 assists, 5 points to get to a triple-double. Foul is on Jack Tseng. Well, it's great work by Takumi Saito, because he's able to come off the ball screen by Watanabe and just make the Chinese Taipei defense collapse, who then leaves the dump down on the baseline to Hawkinson. Hawkinson currently 2 out of 7 from the field this evening. Has made 1 3-pointer. Live here at the Gleon Arena, Kobe. New 10,000-seat arena. Wonder if Nishinomiya Storks will ever think about playing here one day. Maybe. Not too far away. Well, wide open. Tank goes in. Gets rejected. Sayonara by Josh Hawkinson. Well, that's his first block of the game. 3 in transition. Hawkinson comes up 11th rebound, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Well, here was Hawkinson battling for the offensive boards. And the defense. Jane, Matane, Sayonara, Hawkinson, ultimate paint protection. But Brandon Gilbeck is back in the lineup here for Chinese Taipei. Well, they have 1:27 to go here in the third quarter. It's still a whole quarter of basketball, but remember, they'll play again against each other in New Taipei City in just a few days' time. Hawkinson makes another free throw. He's now 3 out of 3 from the charity stripe. So now he needs 1 point, 3 assists to get to a triple-double tonight. Full court pressure. 1-3-1 press coming from Japan. And again, force a turnover. And Hawkinson comes up, throws it down with a big-time dunk. 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Or maybe they should call it 11-7 here. Jack Sang finds Ray Chen. Almost turning it over. Benson Lin made his last 3. Now he makes another Sanford choke. Still have another quarter of basketball. If they are still to lose this game, they want to lose by as little as possible, but anything's possible. Hawkinson went for the 3, can't get it. Sun gets a rebound. Lutsen Chang just trying to push this one. Benson Lin has had a hot hand from the 3-point line. Goes to the post up, now going to double team. But now Benson Lin will go to the free throw line. Well, there was a turnover. Good hustle by Keisei Tominaga. And Yudai Baba saving it. And then the throwdown by Sun Rocket Shibuya, Josh Hawkinson. Throw it down, big man. Throw it down. Well, Benson Lin just chipping into the deficit currently here for Chinese Taipei, but the issue in this game indeed has been too many costly turnovers indeed for Chinese Taipei. Final seconds here. Hawkinson left wide open. 3 is up, no good. Chinese Taipei can have one final play, down by 25. Well, went for the dunk. But in the end, follows up. Great work by Jack Sang. Well, they've hit the buzzer beaters in the last 2 quarters. Tominaga from the logo. Well, wouldn't be surprised if that one went in. And it nearly did. And finally in this game, Japan don't get a buzzer beater at the end of a quarter. Well, we're going to head into the 4th and final quarter with Japan leading by 23 points. They have been simply too dominant in this matchup against Chinese Taipei. Well, we're going to look at some of the key stats from this game, and then we'll run down the best highlights. But Japan indeed have led by as many as 31. 22 points off of Chinese Taipei turnovers, 24 points inside the paint, and 18 fast break points. Chinese Taipei have had 0 second chance points. That is another area Japan have dominated with 11. But indeed, everybody's stepping up, and Josh Hawkinson could very well end with a triple-double tonight. He needs 3 more assists to get to that individual accolade. Well, Japan currently with 4 players in double figures: Keisei Tominaga, Hawkinson, Yudai Baba, and Yuta Watanabe. While Benson Lin now becoming the 2nd Chinese Taipei player, along with Brandon Gilbeck, this man who's leading the way with 15. Well, they've got to keep battling. They've trailed by as many as 31, but they've cut that down by 8 to now just a 23-point deficit. And the defense, which led to many transition opportunities, is what has punished Chinese Taipei. And no doubt, Gianluca Tucci's probably going to look at this game and look at some areas where, you know, his team have got to be better. The backcourt have got to be more confident. They cannot just simply show that vulnerability of turning the ball over to Japan's defense. Well, that was a nice dive coming from Yuki Togashi. Koya Kawamata has had some very good moments so far this evening, because he does have 3 fouls though. Well, welcome everybody. Opening game here of the FIBA World Cup Qualifiers. Use that QR code and download the Courtside 1891 app, where you can get all the best live streams, schedules, and scores of international basketball. Courtside 1891. Download it today. Group B fixture. Final quarter here at the Galeon Arena in Kobe, Japan, between our hosts and Chinese Taipei. Sando goes for 3. Chinese Taipei have done a better job here in the second half on the preventing Japan's offensive rebounding. It's a Chang. Justin, Taoyuan Payan Pilots, plus league champion. Well, they need him to go into BCL Asia mode. Now cutting it down to a 20-point deficit, having trailed by as many as 31. Watanabe, final seconds. Kicks out, finds Hawkinson in the corner. Chiba Jets finds Sunrocket Shibuya and buries the dagger. Well, Hawkinson playing for an MVP. Now has 14 points. But he needs 3 assists to get that triple-double. Gilbeck, oh my goodness. Gilbeck down the middle. What a play. Well, big man just received the rock. And in the end, the Formosa's Dreamers just went in with a 2-handed rib rocker. Shesheni. Guga. Well, played at Western Illinois University. Started his pro career in Denmark. Then went to play in the 2nd division of Italy. But then came to Chinese Taipei in 2021. And he's been with the Formosa Dreamers ever since in the TPBL. Also briefly when they were in the Plus League as well. 20-point Japan lead. Watanabe got it by Jack Sang. That is going to be a mismatch. Yuta Automatic Watanabe. 18 tonight for Watanabe. Also has 5 rebounds, 4 assists. A neat little mid-range tucked away. Much better play by Benson Lin. Now moving up to 13. He's also got 5 rebounds to go to his name this evening. Well, Watanabe made his last shot. Doesn't get this one. Vincent Chang prevents the offensive rebound. Well, the ball is all over the place. The foul is going to be committed by Joseph Lin. Well, now Hawkinson only needs 2 assists to get that triple-double. Well, here was nice with the turnover, I should say. Great hustle by Josh Hawkinson, diving on the ground. Boy, you know the Japanese B-League fans, the Sunrocket Shibuya fans watching want to see him get that triple-double. He just needs 2 assists. Watanabe. Going for the post-up. Nishida. Well, 1 extra pass. 3 is up. And again, beautiful basketball executed by Japan. Yudai Baba with the 3 at 45-degree angle. It's been a great 3-point showcase. 8 out of 31 for Japan. Gilbeck just know where to go at the moment. Joseph Lin. Finds Gilbeck. Now he's made 1 3 tonight. Makes another one. Well, granted, Brandon Gilbeck has only missed 1 shot, and he hasn't missed a 3. He's got 21. You can can see how important he is to this team. Well, good collapse defense. Benson Lin coming in for the double team. That's going to remain Japan ball. Well, Lin giving the ball to Gilbeck in the Sanford show from downtown. And that was the three by Yudai Baba. The assist coming from Yuta Watanabe. Baba boom. Because he had that Rusei Shinoyama full court shot at the end of the quarter. Watanabe, another foul drawn. That one's going to be against Josh Chu.
Number 12, Cho. Going to be his 5th foul. And player number 12 is foul out.
Well, Chu's going to go to the bench. He's come in and done as best as he could so far here, but you know, the intense physical defensive nature of these Japanese national team players, they're tough to break down. Sei Ando, Hawkinson finds Watanabe. Well, good collapse, and the jump ball's going to be called. And that's going to go back to Chinese Taipei. Now, if you're Chinese Taipei, you're down by 20. Minimize this deficit as much as possible before you head back to New Taipei City to take on Japan again. Head-to-heads will definitely matter here at the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Because this is a tough group. Three-pointer not going to go. Japan, China, Korea, and Chinese Taipei. Then the top 3 teams here in Group B will go on to round 2. Hawkinson. He'll go for another 3. Gadiaga comes up with a rebound. Hudson Chang got it by Nishida. Almost gets his pocket picks. Finds Gilbeck. Good interception. Now Japan have numbers. Sei Ando will go for a 3. Well, leading by 20. And I think Tom Levesque, again, won't appreciate the fact that they're getting a little too comfortable. They'll want to close this head-to-head out, not only tonight, but again when they meet at New Taipei City. Gadiaga. Gilbeck battling, but Josh Hawkinson preventing the offensive board. Joseph Lin matching up here with Watanabe. Bumping mid-range. Again, unstoppable. The mismatch. That was good defense, but simply elite offense by Chiba Jets. Yuta Watanabe. And Joseph Lin did everything he could have. Kept him in front. Remained aggressive, but it's Yuta Watanabe. And a timeout has been called by Chinese Taipei. I mean, this is great defense. You keep him in front. You're aggressive. But what can you do? You can only hope someone comes in for a double team. And that is trademark Yuta Watanabe mid-range. Initiate that contact and then go for the fadeaway. Well, Brandon Gilbeck has had a very good game. I think the issue is the lack of productivity coming from, you know, a lot of the backcourt players. Like Benson Lin, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 for 9 from the field. He's made 2 3-pointers, but they haven't got a lot tonight from Nelson Lin. Of course, as well as ACU, and you know, credit Taiyuan Pilots player Justin Liu, excuse me, has actually played very well. He's 2 rebounds and 3 points away from a double-double. I think they've got to take whatever they can, any little victories from this game, back into the rematch when they head to New Taipei City on the 1st of December.
And substitution for Japan, number 34, Hiryu Watanabe.
Well, if he is going to stay on the bench, I don't think he's going to get his triple-double. Because Shinshu Brave Warriors, Hugh Watanabe, has checked into the game for the first time. Final 5 minutes. Nice take by Hudson Chang.
No basket.
The foul is going to be called against. Yeah, Hugh Watanabe. Well, great save by Lutza Chang. Well, 4:55 to go. How much of this deficit can Chinese Taipei cut down? Another missed free throw. Well, they're 11 out of 15 from the charity stripe tonight. And Lutza Chang, Justin Liu hasn't made a free throw yet this evening. There you have it, first one, 8 points, 8 rebounds. That's going to be a foul against Ray Chen. Well, Ray Chen insinuated that he got held by Ando, but I mean, that foul was clear as daylight. Chinese Taipei with only one foul to give. Well, lots to consider there for Gianluca Tucci. Ando working diligently around the screen, kicks out, shoot the Hada, corner. And another foul is going to be called, and that's going to be on Ray Chen again. But you know what? Gianluca Tucci couldn't see it, but it's the swipe, I believe, the contact that they made with Keisei Tominaga. And that's going to be their final team foul, and Ray Chen's third personal foul. Now watch here, it's Ray Chen. There, I mean, it's a foul, we could see that. That's a foul on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in a Y. Well, you can see the scratch mark as well. I mean, there's evidence. Jury's out. Tominaga. Gadiaga just gathers the board here for Chinese Taipei. Nearly threw it away. Still a 21-point deficit. Lutza Chang, back down, fadeaway. Pilot mode. Well, this is, points have gone on actually to the wrong side. It's actually a 19-point deficit. It's 75 to 56. A good defense by Gadiaga. Well, the score is actually, I'll repeat, Japan 75, Chinese Taipei 56. They put the 2 points off of Justin Liu Shinsang's field goal on the Japan side. Well, nice save by Ando. Missed the layup, but again, another offensive board here for Japan. 15 offensive rebounds. Tominaga, hesitation, bumps. Well, they're trying to say that should be a goaltending. Now, Tama Vess does have a head coach's challenge if he wants to use this. I would use it if I were. I would highly consider using that head coach's challenge. I think he's going to use it. Well, I don't know if he's called it or not. Well, Keisei Tominaga, 5 rebounds, 3 assists to go along with his 13 points this evening. This is one of the leading scorers this season in the Japanese B-League. Is now Yudai Nishida back in the lineup here for Akatsuki Japan. I don't think Havas is going to use the head coach's challenge, but I'd use it. Well, he may not need to, because in the end, he got more. Hiro Takayoshi from downtown, from Mount Fuji of the San Antonio Phoenix. Well, maybe Tom Avash shouldn't listen to me. Gilbeck, now caught a double team. Finds Gadiaga. Gilbeck's made 2 threes. Can't get a third one. 22-point Japanese lead. The B-League right now flying here in the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Yoshi goes in, and Yoshi finishes yet again. Well, the heartbreak of losing in the 2024 B-League playoffs in the quarterfinals to the Ryukyu Golden Kings, but a much better change he's had since going to San Diego Phoenix. And what a take by Lutsen Chang. Well, again, he's on pilot mode. Just needs 2 rebounds to get to that double-double. And again, they just continue to fly in. This time, Chiba Jets, Shuto Hara from downtown. And that indeed is the 10th-3 of the game. 27 bench points coming from Tom Avas's players. Gadiaga finds Ray Chen. Gilbeck, offensive rebound. Gets fouled by Shuto Hara. Well, there was the pass. Shuto Hara. That's his favorite spot in the corner. Well, Chinese Taipei are going to call timeout. They had cut it down to 19 points, but now they find themselves down by 25. When we come back, it will be free throws coming up for Brandon Gilbeck. Well, Gilbeck does have 21 points this evening. He's 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe, but yeah, if you're Gianluca Tucci right now, you want to cut this down as much as possible. This is the group of death in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. Japan, Korea, China, and Chinese Taipei. Like I said, Chinese Taipei have never played at a FIBA Basketball World Cup. Because their golden era was back in 2013 when they nearly qualified, losing in the bronze medal game against Korea in Manila, Philippines, after losing in the semifinals against eventual FIBA Asia Cup champions Iran and Hamid Haddadi. Because they have, that time they had one of the greatest, if not the greatest shooting guard in the history of East Asian hoops. Lin Tze-Jie, the beast, and still playing for Taipei Fubon Braves. Well, Brandon Gilbeck has been their most effective player so far tonight. So now he's actually the game's leading scorer with 22 points, just ahead of Yuta Watanabe, who does have 20. Second free throw good. 23 tonight for Brandon Gilbeck. A 23-point deficit. Lutsen Chang takes a gamble. Hara made the dime. I think that's going to be a foul on Hugh Watanabe. So that is not going to be free throws, but it is the final team foul to give away. 2:06 to go here in the fourth quarter. First game of this window between Japan and China. Their opening game of the World Cup qualifies. They'll meet again on the 1st of December in just a few days' time. Ray Chen from no man's land. But he's had a tough one tonight from the perimeter, Ray Chen. Only 3 points, 1 out of 4 from downtown. As Yuta Nishida fouled yet again, and now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, Yuta Nishida, if you go back to the 2023 Basketball World Cup qualifiers, he played in that opening game. Well, his opening games against China, in which Japan lost heavily. Because Tom Avas did select him to play at Okinawa when they, as I mentioned, had some big victories, thus becoming the team from Asia to qualify for the Basketball Olympics. He's been a great three-point shooter when playing for the Mikawa Seahorses. 25-point Japan lead. Benson Lin. It's a Chang. Now penetrates. Pulls up outside the key. Can't get it. Oh, Gilbert battling. Not the case here. Chinese Taipei wanted. Japan now given time to further extend their lead. Watanabe looking for a handoff. That goes out of bounds. 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock here for Japan. It's a Chang trying to insinuate that it took a deflection. It's Mohamed Gadiaga back into the lineup here for Chinese Taipei. 1:10 to go, as well as Nelson Lin, another player for Chinese Taipei who plays in China's CBA. Ando, screen, 3. Good night, goodbye, and thank you very much. Hugh Watanabe, simple job of setting that screen off the handoff. 11 threes in the game for Japan. 28-point lead. Benson, out to Gadiaga. Gadiaga calling for a clear out. Now attacks. Tries to foul against Hirotaka Yoshi, so now Gadiaga will go to the free throw line. And I think that's what Chinese Taipei has definitely missed in their offense. The inability to create enough space for Mohamed Gadiaga to really attack the rack tonight, because that's what he's in there for. Of course, becoming a part of the national team when he represented Chinese Taipei at the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers back in the summer of 2021 in the Clock City bubble, back during the COVID pandemic. Gadiaga makes both free throws. Final seconds winding down here in the fourth quarter. Japan patiently passing. Ando made his last 3. Not going to get this one. 26-point deficit. Can he get one final play? Nelson Lin. 3 is way off, but falling in the hands of Lu Chang, and he gets the at 1. Well, now has 14 points, and that is his first offensive rebound, and 9th rebound in total, so not a lot of time left for him to get to that double-double, but chance to do to cut it down to a 23-point deficit. And that's unfortunately his 4th missed free throw. Well, a big, big game tonight here from Akatsuki, Japan. Again, their dominant record against Chinese Taipei still persists. Ando still has it, and sayonara. What a play by Seiya Ando. Yokohama beat Corsairs, man. And there you have it. Japan win 90-64 against Chinese Taipei here in the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifiers. What a victory. This group, Group B, is probably the toughest group when you look at it. It indeed is the group of depth. You got Japan, China, Korea, and Chinese Taipei. 4 teams with high expectations to get to Doha 2027. But Japan, they will begin their campaign on a huge victory. These 2 teams will indeed meet up in just a few days' time. Korea currently playing against China. Well, that game you can watch live on Courtside 1891, but the game is currently being played in China at the Wukesong Sports Arena. But Korea lead by 9. Well, a very dominant performance, but Gianluca Tucci, the head coach of Chinese Taipei, knows that he's got a lot for his players to learn from this one. The confidence in their offense. They've got to take care of the basketball, and too many costly turnovers. Or when they do turn it over, they've got to make every effort to get back on defense. I mean, Japan just capitalized in terms of transition buckets and points and turnovers. Well, here on the Glion Arena, Kobe, what an atmosphere. And going back to Japan's dominance, 25 points from Chinese Taipei turnovers, 20 fast break points, 14 second chance points, and the only thing that was equal, both teams each had 30 points inside the paints. But you look at the stats there, only 6 3-pointers for Chinese Taipei out of 26, 11 out of 39 for Japan. And Japan only missed 1 free throw, but the rebounding count just way too dominant. 49 boards in total for Japan, and 17 of those were offensive. Yuta Watanabe leading scorer for the Katsuki Japan, while Brandon Gilbeck finishing highest score in the game with 23. And I think Josh Hawkinson was 2 assists away from a potential triple-double for Japan tonight. Well, we're going to look at the highlights very, very soon, momentarily. That's a very big 26-point win for Katsuki Japan. Well, it just became a 3-point cookout, but you felt there were passages in this game in which Chinese Taipei definitely showed they could compete. Well, there was Josh Hawkinson. That 3 in the corner, the dime coming from Yuta Watanabe. Hawkinson was 2 out of 8 from the 3-point line this evening. And just a spectacular show of excellence. Well, he should be very pleased. Can he lead Japan back to a 3rd consecutive FIBA Basketball World Cup? They'll meet Chinese Taipei in a few days' time in New Taipei City, but then they'll also have to go up against both China and Korea. This Group B, I mean, it is a tough group to say the least. A very, very challenging group. Top 3 teams in each group will go to the 2nd round. And remember, the results you get in the 1st round then do go on to round 2. Well, as I said, China currently going up against Korea. Now, if you are on courtside 1891, you can swap over and watch that game, as it is now in the 1st half. That game played live in Wukusong, China. So it'll be interesting to see how that game pans out. And remember, it'll be a rematch for both sets of teams. China will take on Korea, and Japan will take on Chinese Taipei in just a few days' time. But for now, fans, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless.